This time, on Cruising with the 4Bs, we're going to tell you what is the best and the worst rated Princess ship and all the ships in between. We've done our research on TripAdvisor and Cruise Critic, taking their score out of 5 from both websites, put them together and given them a score out of 10.
Before we find out where in the countdown is your favourite ship or your future favourite ship, let's take a look at the headlines. The older ships dominate, with the top 5 having over 100 years combined at sea. In the bottom 5, it's 36 years. The best class, 4 of the top 7 is the Grand class. Mixed results for food and entertainment, from amazing to horrid. The most recent great reviews come from Enchanted, with the most improved in 2025. And we're not including Star Princess, the brand new ship, as it's only been out for a couple of months. You can check out the full tour at the end of this video. But are the new ships suffering from a new type of ship for Princess, a new layout? We shall find out as we start the countdown. Regal is at number 1, joint number 1, with a 7.5 out of 10. Started life in 2014, it is one of the Royal class ships, second in the fleet. It has a passenger ratio to crew of 33. What do people like? To give it its top marks: service. They love the medallions, they love the food, and the layout of the ship. It last had a refit in April 2025. Joint first, Coral 7.5. It is a Coral class of ship, a panorama style ship. 2002 it started life, making it 24 years old. A crew of 895, last refit September 2024, a major one in 2022. Home ports of Fort Lauderdale and Vancouver. They like the service, it's in good shape, the layout, improvements, food. Diamond Princess is next. A 7.4, started life in 2004, it is 22 years old. 4th of the Grand class ships, cruises out of Japan. Major refit in 2019, also another one in 2022. It is cruises out of Singapore, Japan. It'll be dueling with Sapphire in 2027. A crew of 1,100, a ratio of 36. Good, the ports, crew, food, improvement is showing its age. If you're enjoying our content, as always, give it a like. For more cruise content, it's a subscribe button. As mentioned, Sapphire is down in Japan for 2027. It's the 5th of the Grand class of ships. Passengers are 3,214. It had a refit recently in November 2025. So reviews after this are really good. Next up, Island Princess with a 7.4. Second of the Coral class. Home ports of Florida. Cruises to Alaska. Refit September 2024. They like the entertainment, the service, but people feel it's a little bit dated. As we move on to the Grand Princess, the Grand Princess has a 7.3, the oldest of the Princess ships at 28 years old, first of the Grand class. It has a ratio of 34 passengers to crew. Last refit was in 2025. It has long cruises out of San Juan. Post refit, good reviews, service, medallions, bad reviews before the refit, showing its age, and they weren't a great fan of the food. Caribbean Princess is next with a 7.3. Class, crew 1,200, passengers 3,700. Last refit November 2024, had a major one in 2022, including adding a splash zone. It's in the Caribbean, it's in Europe. It's good reviews for its size, its service, bad reviews for it's a little bit dated. With a 7.2, it's Royal Princess, the first of the Royal class. Heading to Alaska and down under in the next few years. It's 13 years old, passengers just over 4,000, a ratio of passenger to crew of 33. A refit in 2024, modernising the spa, updating movies under the stars. People like the food, good, recent reviews, bad, some say it needs an update. Ruby Princess, a 7.2, Grand class, 18 years old, a passengers just over 3,500. It's out of San Fran to Hawaii, last refurb in 2023. People like the service and the ports, Hawaii, improvements on the food and entertainment, maintenance, lots of recent really bad reviews. That is the Ruby Princess with a score of 7.2. 7.2. Emerald Princess is up next, also a 7.2, 19 years old, Grand Class. Passengers 3,600, a ratio of 31 from passenger to crew. The last refit was actually 2025. People like the embarkation, they like the medallions, they like the food. A lot of the bad reviews come from pre-April 2025 and the refit. Next up, we have Majestic Princess. She comes in at 7.1. 2017 was her maiden. European cruises, British Isle cruises coming up in 26-27. Passengers just over 4,000, a ratio of 33. A refurb in April 2025 when they added O'Malley's, Sabatini's and Alfredo's. We got on board this ship in summer 2025. Really like the ship. It's got some great Asian touches as it was made for the Asian market to start with. People said that they felt it a little bit understaffed and a bit underwhelmed with the food, but I would suggest trying Majestic Princess. It looks a really stunning ship. Next up, Sky Princess will be out of Southampton once again in 2026 and Florida in the winter months. It started its life in 2019. It's the fourth of the royal ships. It last had a refurb in 2023, has a passenger to crew ratio of 32. People on board like the entertainment, they like the food, the embarkation. We just had a relative on board for 2 weeks in October and they had, no complaints. There was no faults on board. They really liked Sky Princess. Improvements, people say there is a lack of crew. They would like to see more crew on board. Have you been on Sky? Let us know down below in the comments. As we move on to next, with a 6.6, it is the Crown Princess. She is 20 years old in 2026, and in 2025, and she will be doing in 2026, the World Cruise. Yes, a passengers of 3,674, a crew of 1,200. Last refurb in 2025. What do people like? Well, as you could imagine, they like the ports, as it's just been on a world cruise. They like the service, and of course, you're going to get to know the crew. The improvements, most of the complaints are before its refit. A 6.6 also for Enchanted Princess. Started life in 2020, so 6 years old in 2026. Royal Class, out of Florida and also out of Europe, Rome. Passengers 4,400, crew 1,300. It last had a refurb, a mini refurb in 2023. People like the ship. They say it's a stunning ship. It is most improved. When looking through the reviews of 2025, it was good review after good review. So mainly the bad reviews were before 2025. They like the food. People, the improvements, as mentioned, were most of the bad reviews were from a few years ago. So it's doing okay. That is Enchanted Princess with a 6.6 score. Next up, we head to the Sapphire class. Sapphire class is new. I mentioned the Star Princess, and this is the Sun Princess. It gets a score, once again, of 6.6. It's only 2 years old, 2024. Passengers over 5,000, a ratio of 34 passenger to crew. They like the crew. Most people like the food. What they disliked, and we've been on board and we've found this out for ourselves, is the layout. It's a completely new layout for Princess. People were confused. They're saying there's too many cabins rather than public spaces, lots of lines, and it's very crowded. It also had lots of changes in the first year. Part 19 was dismantled on one of the cruises. Restaurants changed location. What's the worst rated ship for Princess? Discovery with a 6.4. Started life in 2022, a Royal Class. Passengers 4,400, a ratio of 32. It'll be down under and in Alaska in the next few years. What do people like? People liked the ports, of course. What they dislike? Well, there was quite a lot of dislike. They disliked the food, the service. They said it was overcrowded and understaffed. What do you think? Does it deserve to be bottom of the Princess list? Please do let us know in the comments below. And tap on the screen right now for a full ship tour of Star Princess.